the first month or so of the new NBA season, there's been one player, and one player specifically, that has just stood out to me a little bit and has gone a little under the radar. And that player is superstar point guard for the Los Angeles Clippers, James Harden. Now, yes, you're probably asking, how can underrated and James Harden possibly be in the same system? We've seen this guy win an MVP. We've seen this guy take questionably the greatest team of all time to 7 games in the Western Conference Finals. We've seen him become the second all-time three-point leading scorer. So, how is he underrated? Well, this season, the Los Angeles Clippers are sitting at 11-8. By no means a fancy or luxurious record, but it's a record that has them 7th in a very stacked West and actually is tied for the 4th most wins in the Western Conference. And the reason being is thanks to James Harden's system. Last season, we all remember the Clippers went out and they traded for James Harden, hoping that they could win now with the big three of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Well, this season, however, Kawhi Leonard's knee is cooked, looking like his career is done, and the same for Paul George, only his career is done and dying in Philadelphia. James Harden, on the other hand, seemed to have found some revitalization for his career because he's playing a new role. He's not just asked to come out there and shoot 20 to 30 shots a game. He's come out there and be the entirety of the offense. James Harden this season is averaging 20 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. These are numbers we have never seen from James Harden in his career. His rebounds are up, even his steals are up to under 2 steals a game. He's doing all of this with zero help. His second best scorer and the team's leading scorer is Norman Powell, a guy whose max capped at points per game was 18 in previous years. Now, is this a tale to how bad the Clippers are, or is this a talk about how Norman Powell stepped up his game? It's a little bit of both, because there isn't anybody on this Clippers roster that you can trust outside of Norman Powell and James Harden with the ball in their hand to shoot beyond the arc. Guys like Kai Jones, Kevin Porter Jr., Terrence Mann, the inconsistency from the three-point line kills this Clippers team. But because of how well James Harden can be a system, can actually be an offense and create for his team, be a playmaker, be a shot maker, this team is sitting at a playoff spot and they're sitting comfortably in the 7th seed. But there is one thing and one catch about maybe why James Harden is having an underrated and non-talked about season. And this reason being is he is actually shooting the worst of his entire NBA career, even dating back to when he was a rookie on the Oklahoma City Thunder. This season, James Harden is shooting below 35% from the 3 and slightly below 40% from the field. And the reason being is he's asked to do everything on the court that he's honestly never been asked to do, even in his MVP season. Because when he was an MVP, it was just get him the ball, get him an ISO, and let him drop 40. But on the Clippers, he's asked to be a leader. He's asked to be a facilitator. He's even asked to be a defender, and is now even asked to be a rebounder. His energy isn't going specifically to the offensive side. He is now becoming a LeBron James type player for this offense. He's playing defense. He's passing. He's doing everything for the Clippers. He's carrying the Clippers. And honestly, he should be an MVP talk because of how well this team is performing with the lack of talent. If your second best player is Norman Powell and you have 11 wins this season, James Harden, no reason, shouldn't be in the MVP talks. But when you're shooting this bad, it's hard to make a case because you're in a shot chucker type of realm. You're in an area where teams won't However, James Harden has completely changed the trajectory of his career because it seems as if last year and this season, it was going to be a little bit of a fall off. His career was going to start to die, as all players do with father time, unless your name is LeBron James. But James Harden is looking like an MVP candidate and is looking like he can take this team to the playoffs. Now, how far into the playoffs is the real question. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, stay tuned. Peace.